Hi, I'm Tatami. Welcome to my channel. Here I talk about whatever I want to and hope that it finds whoever may be interested. Today I'm going to try to connect a wide range of subjects, a wide range of celebrities and situations, and I hope that you'll follow along and get what I'm talking about. To give this a topic, I'm going to talk about Gayle, Oprah, Kobe, the Me Too movement, Chrisette Michelle, and Jay-Z, the canceling people, and so on and so forth. So I hope you stick with me in all of that. Real quick though, cheers to me. I made it through January without drinking, and I'm so proud of myself, y'all. It's so hard with twins. Sometimes you just want a shot. And so today I have a strawberry to celebrate that I am drinking a little less this year. Cheers to that. And also, this is about to be serious, so enjoy yourselves. Okay. I don't cancel Black women. It's been my rule for a little while now. I did used to cancel whoever, whenever, whatever, if it seemed like they'd committed a big enough, offense. But it just seems like Black women get canceled and shit actually occurs to them. But other people get canceled and nothing actually occurs to them. It feels like people are very willing to dole out the punishment for Black women, but they're not willing to dole out real punishment for anybody else. And I say that because I witnessed the whole Chrisette Michelle thing. We were mad at her because she said yes to Trump's inauguration after so many people said no. And it seemed like, it was going really well with so many people saying no. It was interesting to see who was going to finally be desperate enough to say yes. And it doesn't surprise me that she needed that kind of money, that she needed that kind of reappearance in society, and I don't think she would have ever imagined it would have led to so much loss financially as well as physically. She did miscarry due to the stress of everything, the hatred she was receiving. And I will never forgive myself for participating even slightly in that. I participated as in I took her off of my playlists, and to me that was a big enough offense. It was just wrong, because then we noticed Kaepernick was doing so well leading that movement. So many of us were into it that in fact the NFL was not doing well. They were losing money. They were upset that Black people were not investing in football the way we had typically done, that the interest in football was waning, that all this stuff was occurring. And so what happened? They enlisted Jay-Z, and I think that's probably why they didn't really have Black folk coming out for the halftime show this year. I mean, not to say other people aren't talented and don't deserve to be out there, but you'd think after the bomb last year that, when nobody was participating, that they would have tried to get a bigger star, but I think they were just over it because they had already gotten their big star. It was Jay-Z, right? It was Jay-Z. And when Jay-Z decided to go against the movement, that was way longer run and way bigger, might I add, than going against Trump. Way bigger. There were so many excuses. There's so many excuses, you guys. It's just like, he's a businessman. We got to see what he's going to... Okay, well, is Chrisette Michelle not a businesswoman? I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, y'all. I really don't. I just know her music more than her. So when I saw her, I was like, oh yeah, I know your songs. But, I'm not her biggest fan, but I'm just saying, was it not a business move for her to decide to work with Trump? Well, if you're going to work with the NFL when everybody's being serious about Kaepernick getting his fucking job back and being discriminated against in a fucking sport that ruins the skulls of people, like majority us in all of these sports, majority us in like the most dangerous positions in football is black people. So I'm just saying, it's funny that there was just excuses. There were so many excuses. Jay-Z never lost an ounce of sweat for making a much bigger betrayal, in my opinion. Nobody could have imagined Trump would be president. And she actually needed the money. Compared to him, he don't need the money. He's married to a rich woman and he's been a rich man for many, many years before that. So I just don't understand why we would be like, oh, he's just a businessman. You know, he hustles. Well, was she not hustling? Nobody else was getting that bag. So she went and got that bag. I don't get why we would act so harshly to her and then allow Jay-Z to be so dismissive to Kaepernick's struggle. He wasn't even respectful when he sold us out. So it's just like, at that moment, when I saw that go down a few months ago, I was like, I learned my lesson. Everybody on my list is uncanceled except for the people that I think might have participated in hurting children. So yes, Azealia Banks is off the list. Well done, girl. You are, I'm not promoting her anymore. I'm not writing my think pieces about her anymore, but she is off the list. Until she shakes a baby, you know what I'm saying? She is off the list. So, my list is now very short. I do not put black women on it at all. So no, Gayle and Oprah, they're not on my list. They will never be on my list. Oprah, first of all, you guys know I'm a child abuse sexual survivor, or if you don't, well, now you know. I have a book that was just published called Apricity, that, if you know somebody who went through that, a teenager, young adult, a woman, somebody who might resonate, feel free to purchase that. I'll leave the link below. I keep forgetting to do that on my other videos. But, my first book I ever read that I was like, this has happened to someone else, was The Color Purple. And the only reason that book was in my house was because of Oprah. If Oprah had not put her little stamp on that book, I would have never read that book at 8 years old and felt like somebody else had gone through what I'd gone and started to get the courage that I started to build up. There was like no chance. So Oprah will always have, this part of my heart. Hold on, my kids are calling me. So I will always love Oprah. You know what I'm saying? There's pretty much little she could do. She's old now, so the idea that she would actively try to hurt somebody, I think she could have done better with her school. I think, there are some times in her life where she might have made better decisions, but I will never cancel Oprah. And by extension, I will not cancel Gayle, especially for questioning a man who is not even into black women about an actual rape allegation that he actually confessed to. Like, he actually has it there. That's why I didn't say he led a good life in my video about him being called the N-word in the afterlife, because it was mostly good. It was mostly fine. But there were some hiccups. There were some real hiccups, and they cannot be denied. And I think it's interesting that it's never appropriate to talk about those things. It's never appropriate to talk about them when they're alive. Oh, leave them alone. They're just trying to be great. We can't bring black men down, blah, blah, blah. There's an agenda to bring the black men. There's an agenda to bring the black woman down. And I think we need to be honest that the misogyny black women face is very serious. There's a serious intersection of all these oppressions, and literally until the black woman is free, none of the rest of us can be free. Once the black woman is actually free, once she's actually accepted, once all this is actually going down, everybody else will be fine, because everybody else has all these things that come up from it. And it's not about the oppression Olympics. It's just straight facts. It's just straight facts about where all this is intersecting. So in my personal opinion, black women are dying way faster. They're being misused by so many people. We have an issue, a serious issue of black women dying at the hands of people they love, people who are supposed to love and protect them. We die at the hands of our husbands and brothers way more than anybody else. And still the statistic shows that we date black men more than anybody else. We still do it, even though we're here talking shit online, even though we're here saying all this stuff. I'm in fact Oh shit, I thought it turned off, y'all. I thought I was over. I was like, oh, I have to turn my fucking phone back on again. No, but I'm in fact married to a black man myself. But I'm here saying this stuff very seriously. There needs to be a chance to say, because, you know, a black woman will be dragged all day when she's married to a white man. But here Kobe is married to a whole ass other race woman, and he's raped a whole ass other race woman. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. But, you know, and then we're here defending it. We're here like, whoa, don't ruin his legacy. But if it was a black woman, plenty of people would just be like, well, why was she sleeping with the enemy anyway? Well, now she wants to be on our side, but she made a biracial child. And so I feel like there's serious discrepancy here. There's a serious discrepancy here. And I wonder when it's ever okay to talk about somebody's rape allegations. When is it okay? Because I've noticed Oprah and Gayle have a kind of a specific thing they're looking for. They're looking for either black offenders or people who offend black women. Harvey Weinstein, so far as I've seen, did not really offend black women. All of the actresses I've been seeing in those little videos people put up on YouTube have been the palest of the pale of the porcelain skin. They have not been abusing black women. But you know who did? R. Kelly. Years and years and years, decades and decades and decades. And so it's kind of like, what do you mean tear down the black? He's been tearing down the black woman. Is that not what we mean? Is she not the queen? Are we not uplifting her? How are we okay with somebody being uplifted who literally tears down a core part of our community? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And so there is a part of me that as an abuse survivor who appreciates Oprah for having done The Color Purple, for having introduced Alice Walker, who then introduced to us Zora Neale Hurston, who gave us Their Eyes Were Watching God, who gave us Mules and Men for my African traditional religion folks, you know what I mean, who gave us these resources. And, you know, I can never be mad at her. I don't understand, y'all. I don't understand. Why are we getting mad at Oprah? Like, okay, I understand. Okay, here's my thing. I'm getting off topic. But my point is that Oprah, I can't expect her to do other things. I can't be mad at her. I personally would go after Harvey Weinstein. That's my point. But I can't be mad at Oprah because she's focusing on a specific issue. There are so many people going after black women. There are so many black men trying to become the oppressor that I can see why she focuses. Okay, I can see why she focuses. I can see, I would go after all of them. Let's go after all the predators. But I know why she doesn't. I know why she chooses not to go after every single predator. She's very particular about who she's choosing and what example she's trying to make at the community. And if you feel like she's attacking only black men, well, maybe it's because that's the community she fucking cares about. Oprah cares about the black community. That's the community she cares about. She doesn't care about the white community like that. She's trying to focus on us, but we're so fucking butthurt that she's actually calling out a serious issue in which black women and girls are getting molested from a young age by every which way, and we're not being protected and nobody cares. And when people try and go after our abusers, it's like, well, why didn't you let him get away scot-free? Why aren't you going after these people who would be way harder to get after and who have nothing to do with your community and who likely have protections you can't even fathom? But instead of, going after the actual people who matter to you and pull your heartstrings, because let's face it, Oprah is not a journalist. She's a TV show host who shares stories that compel her. Gayle is a journalist. This is their job. Their job is to pick and choose what matters. They can't do it all. And so it's like, no, I will never cancel Gayle. I will never, ever, ever cancel Oprah. I don't even care until it comes out that Oprah was sex trafficking those little girls in that African school. I will never cancel Oprah. I will not do it. She did nothing wrong. Gayle did nothing wrong. The Me Too movement was created by a black woman because we experienced this abuse by the hands of everybody. And sadly, that includes black men. I wish I could say not. But it's happening, and you denying it and trying to be like, oh, there's a time and a place, try to quote the Bible at me. Fuck the Bible, fuck Christ, fuck it all. It's not about that. Like, we need to, if that's what the Bible is teaching us, if that's what Christianity is teaching us, it's wrong. And we need to go back to our indigenous ways. Speaking of which, may your ancestors and spirit guides be with you at every crossroads. Because I'm done with this conversation.